What's up, guys? Welcome back to another DraftKings Best Ball stream featuring the guru himself, Mr. Justin HERZIG, just getting off a show with Mr. Adam Levitan and now joined on a show with me, who is going to ask a lot of elementary football and best ball questions. It's a massive day today. TOC packs are available for sale. So excited. Football is very, very close. Justin, how's your day going? How was the stream previous? How's the drafting been going? What is happening? It is getting close, man. We're only like 4 weeks away from football at this point.
Stream was fantastic. We had, 300 plus people kind of tune in. When you're bringing on Adam Levitan, obviously the people are coming on to ask some questions, to watch the king of Team No Sex draft some best ball with me. And we had a blast. Draft little Justin Fields, Deshaun Watson combo team. Obviously scooped up that $3 million. And now it's time to go scoop up another $1 million as we go draft at DraftKings.
That's right. It's time to win $1 million. I am, if you guys watched the stream with Justin and I last week, I am going to try to get into the draft with him. I'm obviously not in the home office. It is so funny. I'm on the old laptop, so it is wild that I used to stream multiple shows from this laptop. The new setup is just so superior to this setup. But going to be a fun stream, going to be a fun show, and we'll see how many mistakes I make in the draft today.
There will not be any mistakes. There will just be ways to diversify your portfolio and get unique. That's what we call your mistakes. Okay.
All right. We're getting unique.
Do it.
Exactly. Just blame everything on being unique for sure.
Exactly. Okay. Cool. Anyone in chat? JM, how's it going? Teach, Carl, DJ Local. Happy TOC Pack Day. Happy DraftKings Best Ball drafting day. It's been a crazy week in the industry of the DFS sports betting and all of that. All right, let's go through Best Ball. We're going to do $10. You're getting ready. Are you ready, Coop?
I'm ready. Right. I'm ready when you're ready.
I'm in. 3 of 12. Lots of time for people hanging out. If you're on Twitter, come on over, click on through, come join us in chat. Come join us in the draft as well. I'll go. Woof, that filled quite quickly. Pretty good. All right. Coop in the 2 spot. Love to see it. I'm sitting here in the 5. Okay. Anyone else, if you made it, let us know. Don't recognize any of the names.
I feel like last time we drafted the team, Justin, I basically went pretty straight ADP. So we'll see how differentiated I get against ADP. But I was pretty happy with the last draft that I did alongside you.
Not too bad. Are you still going ADP? Did you upload some ETR ranks? What's your medicine?
I did upload some ranks. Upload some ranks. We'll see where we go. I do eventually want to build a full on Pitt onslaught. You've been talking about Pitt the whole time. I'm kind of a homer guy. I like to root on my own squad. So I might have to get a little interesting with Pittsburgh.
All right, thinking through. Najee's 42.2. Maybe you could get him at 48. If we look elsewhere, maybe a little Deontay is 58. That's square in there. I think, 58 is right here. This is pick 60. You're not really at the part of the draft to be going for a Pitt stack. That seems to be a bit more here where you can get a lot of them. But I think you can, if you put your mind to it, Coop, I feel like you could always make it work.
Everything is possible, man. Everything is possible in this world. It only takes a little bit of elbow grease and grit, and you can make it happen.
Okay, Rainmakers. Were you able to buy? No, you're not. You've got the Pittsburgh thing. So for me, I tried to buy. The site had so much traffic, ended up not even be able to get to the drop. I wanted to get some cards to actually start playing. I've still got, go through it later, but I've still got some of my ones from when there was like the draft. So got some rookies. It was fun to look back on those and see who they were. Ones like it was wide receiver 4, which turned out to be Jordan Addison, which is I think I like a lot. I have 3 CJ Stroud. Remember when we found that out? I just kept getting QB2, 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 just nonstop.
QB2 all day.
Yeah. I think I have 1 Hendon Hooker who QB6, completely irrelevant, likely going to just sit out the entire year. It's interesting.
All right, we're going Jamar Chase here.
That makes sense. No reason to veer outside of those first 2 with either Jefferson or Chase. Let's see. I mean, really, you just got to kind of let, especially the first 8 picks, fall to you. I think the only variation I kind of have from ADP is I like Eckler a bit more than Kelsey. I like Cooper Kupp more than Kelsey. But for the most part, kind of just let the draft fall to you. Let's see what happened here. Tyreek goes 3. Cooper Kupp goes 4. We are going to be starting off with CMC. Yeah.
I feel like you've got yourself a lot of CMC when we draft together. Last time you definitely had some CMC. You, if I remember right, you went running back early. CMC followed by, I can't remember exactly who it was, but another top running back, and then you stacked wide receivers after that. So it'll be interesting to see what this build looks like compared to the last.
Yeah, I get to that. I mean, so in general, you want wide receivers more on DraftKings. The PPR, the bonuses, they're just more valuable. So like, all right, we've got that wide receivers are more valuable. Cool. Then we take a look at, but their ADPs are actually behind where they are on other sites. There was like, you can get Rashad Bateman's an interesting example because he was falling, but like, I remember you were able to get Rashad Bateman and Zay Flowers at like pick 100 or something. I think Bateman's now fallen, obviously the injury, but he's fallen down to 114. And then some of the other wide receivers, like it doesn't make sense why they're going later. So I want wide receivers, but I can get a better value on them. And so maybe that means that early on, it sometimes makes sense to actually go a little running back heavy at the top because you can find some later, and I say later, but more it's like the mid rounds value and go heavy at the wide receiver position there. Worth at least kind of considering as we think through kind of the macro aspects of how drafts are impacted by ADP. And speaking to that, T-Ballot ends up going with a strong RB. The stand demand ends up taking an early Patrick Mahomes to stack with a little bit early Nick Chubb. AJ Brown, Larkin grabs the Jalen Hurts to stack there. One thing, like as we get more into August, we're going to start seeing more casuals jump in. And so it becomes a question of like, what do we think the casuals are going to be doing with their drafts? Maybe they're going to be taking more QBs. I think you're going to see more of this where it's reaching on a QB that doesn't even count that's not, stacking. So things we need to keep note of. Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle. I like them both. I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson just from a uniqueness angle because when you think that I got a little value on McCaffrey falling here, then I get a little value on Garrett Wilson. This is probably a more unique combo. Scott Mendenhall putting it out there. Yeah, Wilson feels like the right play here from a value-wise, even though I love Waddle.
The Jets were pretty good last year, Justin. And in general, I guess, like overall, they're young, they have talent. I mean, I know we talk fantasy all the time. What's your take on the Jets? I just feel like they're a very interesting team. Almost everyone seemingly is like hyped up about how good they could be. Are the Jets for real?
So it's New York, and so you got a lot of the New York media bias. And then you have Rodgers, who's probably the most well-known quarterback in the league. And, obviously has a little craziness. So like, you just get a lot of obviously hype around it. When thinking about how I want to compare last year to this year, Jets threw a lot last year, but they also threw very ineffectively. And like when you looked at whoever was quarterback, there was just a lot of passes thrown. I think this year you're going to see a more efficient offense, which is good, but you're also going to see a bit more of a run heavy offense. You're going to see it's a probably a top 5 defense. So I expect them to be ahead in games and running a little more. And then also Aaron Rodgers historically has always played very slow. A lot of it's because on the line of scrimmage, he's reading the defense, he's making audibles, he's kind of calling the plays there, he's getting some motion. So we shouldn't expect nearly as many plays as we're made, as what we saw from an offensive standpoint last year. Doesn't mean it can't be more efficient. I think the best comp and what we're doing at ETR is really using the previous seasons where you had Rodgers and then offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett together and use that to kind of comp out. This is what we expect it to kind of look like from a team personnel usage, snaps, and all of that. So overall, I think the Jets should be pretty decent. I think they're actually going to be more run heavy than we expect because they have a very good defense.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And I mean, I loved Breece Hall before he got hurt last year. Just showed flashes of a lot of brilliance. So it'll be interesting to see him back and how that's going to go in the offense for sure.
Okay. Interesting stuff going on here. Lamar goes with the Tyreek and Waddle team, which really surprises me. I would have expected Mark Andrews here. You get the week 17 correlation, and then you could maybe grab the Tua, and you have a lot more positive correlation with the wide receivers. They go Lamar. Sam Howell goes in the 3rd round.
What just happened?
I don't even know how that happens. I'm trying to think through what could have been starred to get there. T. Higgins, Devonta Smith, and Mark Andrews are all now my choices. We're
shell shocked here. We're shell shocked.
Yeah, let's just keep some more uniqueness going with the Devonta Smith because I think this combo is a very unique combo, and there's no correlations that I really need to be looking at. Mr. Mish 85. I got to imagine it was a little mistake. I mean, Cooper Kupp completely normal. Derrick Henry completely normal. Was not an auto draft. Just playing that Sam Howell. This will be interesting. As the Huckleberry says, I agree.
All right, question for you. So I was between Josh Allen and Devonta. I wanted to click Devonta, and then I was kind of like, as someone who just wants to have a good quarterback, I know you love Josh Allen. Would you have taken Devonta over Josh Allen or Josh Allen?
Why not T. Higgins to go with Jamar Chase and get the Cincy?
Yeah, so that was another debate. I just I don't know. In my head, I was kind of thinking through all of those things. For me, I ended up just eliminating T and going to Devonta versus Allen. That was my thought. But T would have been.
I think they're all fine. I think they're all fine. T. Higgins falling all the way down here is interesting. I like Josh Allen, so I mean, I'm definitely not against it. I don't like that Gabe Davis has really been rising up to the point that he normally goes in this early 6 spot, and it's been hard. I used to be able to take his ADP 64.9 right now. I used to be able to take Josh Allen here and then often get him in this late 6, if not early 7. Because this is pick 72, 71 right here. But now if you grab Josh Allen, you missed out on Diggs. Gabe, you're probably going to miss out on because you definitely don't want to reach for him here. So then you could still go Kincaid or Knox. So I don't hate it, but I think I'm lining to be if from here, I'd rather have gone with Devonta or Higgins and gone with the Cincy stack.
Got it. Okay.
Keeping unique. In the $10 DK Millie, we always see some crazy stuff. We obviously saw Sam Howell here. I'm still not sure what happened there. Obviously some kind of mistake. But the stand demand here, after going with the Nick Chubb Mahomes, grabs JT and Justin Fields. JT, not bad at all. Could be a falling value. Could be good. But grabbing Justin Fields to stack with Mahomes just doesn't make that much sense. We are back on the clock. I've got McCaffrey. I've got Wilson. I've got Devonta. I'm going to put up DeAndre Hopkins. This Joe Mixon ADP at 39.8 is absolutely crazy. Reports were kind of coming out about what that civil case is looking like. I believe the court case is next week, but it involves him providing his friend ammunition to then shoot at neighborhood children. It involves taking a loaded handgun and pointing it at people in the neighborhood, combined with what his history is in the past, and that this court case is before the season, meaning this isn't going to be like a I'm completely blanking, an Alvin Kamara situation where it gets pushed a year. But like, no, the court case is already scheduled. It's not going to get moved back again. So like, I'm fully expecting us to get some form of a resolution for this year. The Mixon at that price just feels way too expensive. And Joe Mixon goes here for this Miami team. Coop back in the clock. What are you thinking?
Was kind of hoping for Najee there, but just going to go with Aaron Jones.
Where'd Najee end up going? Najee went here.
Right in front. 2
before you. I know you wanted him. You know, when you get Sam Howell, you have to stack him with Najee. It just makes too much sense. Coming back around to you. Like, this is where, like, Burrow obviously would have made sense without the Josh Allen. Nothing you can do about it now. Yeah. Now, if Burrow falls to this T. Higgins at 5'8", that's going to be interesting, but it's one of those situations where there's only 2 teams fighting for Burrow.
I'm gonna go scary Terry here, man. I'm gonna go Terry McLaurin. I mean, we got somebody drafting Sam Howell in the 3rd round. Maybe he's just like that good, and he's gonna hit Terry for what is 15 touchdowns this year or something crazy like that.
I would not have minded Terry given the San Francisco bring back. We'll have to look elsewhere for building out my team. 2 picks away. If we look at running back, Kenneth Walker, I do like Kenneth Walker, but I don't need to take him here. Wide receiver, Drake London, DJ Moore. I'm not drafting much DJ Moore. Where's Justin Fields? Oh, Justin Fields already went, so I'm not even going to be able to have any chance at the DJ Moore aspect. So I'll put Drake London ahead of him. Letting the clock. Chris Godwin goes, gosh, I'm really curious what happened here because everything else has been fairly normal of picks. So Drake London or Kenneth Walker, no correlation aspects on either of them. Let's keep going wide receivers. We'll take Drake London. All right, looking through. A lot of discussion right now around the industry on the ETN versus Bigsby. I put out a kind of semi-serious tweet earlier today that I think in a year from now, maybe it's 2 years. 2 years is probably a bit more realistic. But I think we could be looking back on the ETN Bigsby situation as being similar to the Zeke Pollard, where Zeke obviously came into the league, was a very high draft pick, actually was a very good running back in his early years, but eventually just, less effective in the passing game. ETN, great between the 20s. It's a small sample size, but he was not good inside or near the goal line last year. They've been bringing Bigsby as someone who is good around the goal line, also is a better pass catcher in my mind. So we could see ETN really give up some high value touches to Bigsby.
Hold it down for a minute.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. All right. How are we doing? All right. Any other craziness that I'm looking through? Usually like to keep an eye on 3 things: QBs, tight ends, and if anyone is just going crazy at one position. Usually use that information myself to make sure that I don't get caught on crazy runs or anything. We've touched on, obviously, the random Sam Howell, but the Mahomes and Fields is noteworthy. No bully tight ends going on. T. Ballot going very strong at the running position with Bijan, Barkley, Jacobs, and then Akers. If you're going to go Bijan, Barkley, I can understand the Jacobs. You're getting a bit unique. But I would not, I don't know. Cam Akers does not feel necessary when you've got so much invested. I was talking about Joe Mixon. This is what I think the court case, I want to say, is like the 16th or something, but I'm pretty sure it's next week. We'll know a lot more. Scott asking, what are your thoughts on Elite QB on DK versus Underdog? I think Elite QB is a far more, it's a far better fit on Underdog. I think that comes into factor a couple things. One is on DraftKings, you have 20 slots. So you can go 3 QBs and it's really not hurting you nearly as much. 2, QBs equal a lower percentage of your overall total points on DraftKings. I am back up. Let me think about what I want to do here. We're pick 68. We're getting some good George Kittle ADP. I have McCaffrey. We could do a Purdy stack here. I don't really draft that much McCaffrey, but I mean Kittle, but I think it makes sense in this. All right, so 2 QBs make up a lower percent of your overall total points on DraftKings compared to Underdog. That's because A, it's PPR, so wide receivers, running backs are already scoring more points. And then 2, because of bonuses, running backs, wide receivers wide receivers hit their bonuses most often. And so there's just more and more points that are being contributed to other positions. So if you can get the guys that separated those other positions, it's more valuable. And then because of the 3-point bonus for QBs, it's actually easier for those later QBs, the ones who usually are more distant, to make up some ground on the rushing QBs, where Josh Allen gets 40, 50 yards a game on the ground. Kirk Cousins doesn't, but Kirk Cousins is also more likely going to be getting these 300-yard bonuses. And so hopefully that can close the gap on him between, and maybe Josh Allen wasn't a good example because he throws a bunch too, but maybe Justin Fields. Justin Fields is not hitting 300 yards that often, so Kirk Cousins can close that gap. The other is on Underdog. It is a more touchdown-dependent scoring, and I think with stacks, it makes more sense. If you're going to go elite, you're really playing for just those big game shootouts or blowouts in 1 week sample where your QB and those pass catchers go off, and there's just more correlation between QBs and pass catchers when it's scoring based than on DK, where a QB could have a meh game, but his wide receivers could catch 10 passes for 80 yards and have a huge game. All right, Coop.
All right, well,
you got your Pittsburgh. Oh, what happened here with Dalton Kincaid?
I was like 1 second away from clicking DeAndre Swift, and then DK was just like, nope, your queue is kicking in, so you're drafting Dalton Kincaid.
There you go.
That wasn't fantastic.
Coop said he was going to try not to make mistakes. You know what? It wasn't a mistake. It was just getting unique. Bit of a reach.
I'm following the Chess Liam school of thought that Dalton Kincaid is just like one of the best tight ends ever, and he's going to be awesome. We'll see how that goes.
All right. I'm taking Michael Pittman. I love me some wide receivers on DK. As I've talked about, that is my 5th wide receiver in the first 7 rounds. I'll probably slow down a bit after that. But overall, definitely have the best wide receivers in this room. Let me see. Trying to see if Can't Stand Ya and Tiger Knoll also have some very strong wide receivers. So maybe it's close. Maybe it's close. Garrett Wilson and Devonta Smith.
I got strong George wide receiver. So I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
He's got that dog in him, but just like dogs love being around people. And George Pickens is always around people. Cannot separate.
You've been practicing those? That was pretty good.
Yeah, it comes into play. It works. While we were talking, we've got a couple people going with their second QBs. So in the first spot, guy grabbed Justin Herbert, Mike Williams for a stack at this to also grab Keenan Allen. So I like that. And then grabs Kirk Cousins to go with Justin Jefferson. I don't love it. I don't like it. You could have grabbed Kirk Cousins at the 8-12. So maybe this was a similar Dalton Kincaid situation or a Sam Howell. I don't know. Maybe that's what he just had the queue up there. But in general, I think Herbert and Cousins are perfectly fine, especially when you're stacking this much. But Cousins could have been taken at the 8-12, no question. Especially if you look to see who you're fighting with. Addison, Lamar, not going to be fighting there. I think he's taking Cousins at that 8-7. So, but again, could have just been a mistake. Lawrence and Burrow here is interesting. Lawrence with the Christian Kirk, Burrow just falling value, just kept falling to all the way to pick 65, which is crazy, but he got the T. Higgins. So I don't mind that at all, given the value he got to Burrow. I probably would have honestly grabbed Burrow there ahead of Lawrence, but worked out well for him. Taking a look at running backs now. Alvin Kamara is a bit of an ADP value, position of need for me, so I don't hate it. Already have my tight end. I do like Quentin Johnston. I'm going to grab Alvin Kamara. Curious if this guy in the 1 is going to take Quentin Johnston and just go with the full Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Quentin Johnston would be quite strong from a Chargers standpoint. I'm interested. Or Coop could always go with the snipe there. What you thinking, Coop?
I just got disconnected from draft, which is not ideal here.
From an ADP standpoint, I believe
literally
you will.
I see Kamara still.
Okay, well then. This happens. X out of the draft, like swipe up on DraftKings draft, and then go back in. It's a freezing, it's a lagging issue. It happens. The good news is you got Quentin Johnston, who I think was the best pick for you. And you probably pissed off the guy in the first spot.
I like that.
But yes, there is occasionally a lag in the app that you've just got to kind of get out of and then pull back in.
All right, I'm back in, I think.
On your app, do you see, Jared Goff just taken for the Jahmyr Gibbs stack, his third QB in 8 rounds. It's interesting when you see this happen because it's like, okay, this is someone who understands stacking and is, has some level of best ball acumen, but then reaching to stack with the Cousins, reaching on a third QB, it feels like way too much capital invested and reaching. Probably could have grabbed Cousins in this one. Probably could have grabbed Goff in the next.
All right, what's happening with Dalvin right now? He was like looking at the Jets
bad.
and the
He's
Saints.
Old.
Like I might go.
He's
Dalvin
bad. He's
here.
old.
Oh, don't want to hear that. Okay, we're going with someone that's not bad, not old.
1 second. Brian Robinson. I like that pick a lot more than Dalvin Cook. Also, you've got Terry McLaurin. You got Brian Robinson. Okay. You're making a bet on Eric Bieniemy turning around that Washington offense. If only you could have gotten Sam Howell later on in this draft.
I mean, when there's a theme in a show, you have to just stick to the theme and keep rolling with it. So, all in.
Okay. All right. Where are we? We are at pick 101. New York Jets, Philly, Tennessee, San Francisco, letter, Indy. Draft board. I'm not going to get it to fall back to me. This is a bit of a reach, but we're going to do it. My boy, AR-15, Anthony Richardson, stacking him with Michael Pittman. We're going to make this a 3 QB team. I'm okay with it. Daniel Jones just goes. Also, it's just when you see like these 3 QBs going early and a couple other teams already with multiple QBs, I just can't take a chance that like he's going to fall past ADP on a guy I really want. When we think of who my other options are, maybe I go with Rodgers and Purdy. I don't really want the Tannehill or the Ritter, but good to at least grab Anthony Richardson. Dak goes over here with Watson, Mr. T. Ballot, grabbing his second QB before his second wide receiver. Always interesting to see that one. And it's a naked one. He was probably hoping Daniel Jones. Actually, never mind. If I had his team, I would have been hoping Daniel Jones fell to me because he's got Saquon and Waller. But I'm not sure that I can make a fair assumption that he was planning to stack based off the rest of the draft. Tiger Knoll over here. I don't mind what he's doing. Just going strong on the positional players through the first 9, 6 wide receivers, 3 running backs through 9 rounds. On his 10th, does he grab his first quarterback? Would it be Russ? Maybe. Oh, he got sniped on Dak the pick before. He could not have liked that. I'm pretty sure he was counting on grabbing Dak to go with CeeDee Lamb. Tough scene there. He grabbed Samaje Perine. 0 QBs or tight ends in the first 10 rounds for Tiger Knoll. I don't hate it. I agree on this, Scott. And I think it's just because there's more casual people playing on DraftKings than Underdog. And so it's like, yeah, random could be a way to say it. I think like people just take the players they like, and you definitely see a little more similar to what I remember seeing in like redraft leagues back in the day of, okay, well, I filled my running backs and my wide receivers and I filled my others. So I need to start filling my QBs and my tight ends. And, I need to, even if it's just best player available, or not thinking about stacks or thinking about those kind of bench players beforehand. So yeah, they go more randomly. They think it's just a softer field. It sometimes can be frustrating if your stack is taken, but I think overall, it makes it a bit easier to advance. Look at all these QBs that are going. We are back. I'm going to grab Aaron Rodgers for that Garrett Wilson stack, getting him 6 picks past ADP. We'll take it. Now I see a guy near the top of the queue for you, Coop. Are you considering maybe grabbing your second tight end and sticking with Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to just stare down Patty Freiermuth and not pick him. So if he's there, I probably will take him.
To be fair, if I was ever in a draft and like I see that Freiermuth is available 5 rounds after Dalton Kincaid, that seems like an amazing value.
Now we're just making up values, but that's perfectly fine. In my world, I'm living in my own world here, and we're just gonna keep it rolling. So Freiermuth to the squad. All right, so this is where the point in the draft where like I'm sitting here and I have zero clue, literally zero clue. I'm like trying to go on my phone to figure out what the hell my correlation is here, because my team is just literally a bunch of guys. This team's name is a bunch of dudes.
Okay, Buffalo plays New England. There's your stack there. Washington plays San Francisco, but you're not going to be getting Howell, but you could grab Purdy. You've got Chargers playing Broncos. You've got Green Bay at Minnesota. Pitt at Seattle. Yeah, Rashad Penny just went. That would have been a good one for you.
All right. Well, we're gonna go with the guy that I have no idea about.
You going Kenny Pickett already?
Actually, okay, that's fine. I was staring down Juju, but I'm not going to go Juju. I'll go Jerick McKinnon, I guess.
All right. I was thinking you may have gone Charbonnet because of that Seattle Pitt. Charbonnet goes to pick next. Ooh, can't stand you going with both Seattle. Oh, no, never mind. old Rashad Penny.
Old Seattle guy, yeah.
All right, let's go. Give me some Devin Achane. Absolutely love to get him on the team once I make sure I'm not missing anything. Gosh, he's going to rip off a run in preseason and just climb up draft boards. Combination of if they don't sign Dalvin, then he is a screaming value. And if the better he looks in games, the more likely they need to go sign Dalvin, the less likely Dalvin's going to want to go there. So if you see Achane break off or have a good preseason game, rocket ship. Let's scroll down a little. All right. We are 3:38, 20 minutes away for those who are hanging out now. We will continue doing this draft, and then shortly after this draft, we'll be heading over to watch TJ and LG talk about some TOC, talk about the media pass. And then we're going to have a TOC pack rip party. I know I gotta check my DMs and see. I know we got one person at least going to come on and rip some packs. We may rip some packs as well. Should be it's been a fun TOC day. Coop, I want to give a quick heads up for people who don't know what TOC is.
Yeah, so TOC, the Owners Club, had this game back in 2021, brought it back this year for the upcoming season. It is a digital card fantasy football game, going to be super fun, super unique spin, and the only game in the industry where you use the entire position group, so you score fantasy points on literally every play, 5 cards in every pack. Just going to be a great time. You'll see the pack opening experience at 4 p.m. with TJ. I'm excited for the LG conversation as well. LG, just someone who is always brings the best seemingly out of TJ, so it should be an awesome stream. And if you're interested in playing fantasy football in a different and unique way, feel free to tune into the stream. Going to be an awesome show.
That sounds great. I love it. I love it. I'm pumped. I've got my TOC jersey on. We've seen people ripping packs left and right, getting some great cards. Should be a very fun year. All right, we are coming back around. So Scott asking, would I have gone A-Chain over Penny, the mega stack? I think Penny is probably better from an ADP. Maybe I'd go A-Chain over Charbonnet in this one is what I would have done. Oh, shoot. All right, 15 seconds back on the board here. I'm rushing. This isn't good. Let's at least put Gallup over there. Damian Harris. Tank Bigsby. I went Tank Bigsby. We were talking him up. That was a rush job by me.
Tank was in the queue. Tank was definitely in the queue. I mean, just from a ADP value standpoint, it felt like pretty solid there.
Yeah, no, not bad. Let me think through now that I can look back and see who I would have gotten. Gosh, I think it's fine. Not bad. Taking a look, I'm 2, 4, 5, 1. Feel good about Kittle. Probably be a 3 QB, 3 tight end build for me that I can grab later on. Running back was definitely my position of need. So I'm okay with the pick there.
I have no idea here. I feel like running back is definitely the position of need. You know, we talked about my love for Najee, but you know, you've been telling me this whole time that Jaylen Warren is potentially better. So we're gonna just go a little Jaylen Warren here,
I think Jaylen Warren is a perfect pick there because you already got this Pitt stuff going. I think Pickens and Freiermuth more likely have better years if Najee is not actually the dominant runner, whether he gets hurt, whether they just realize Jalen's better for the team. I think those are both better for the overall offense. And then the other is I assume you're going to be grabbing Kenny Pickett as your QB2, and his draft capital fits pretty well with an early Josh Allen. So may as well just say, go.
Yeah. So if I want Kenny Pickett, I got to take him here though, right? Like that was my next question. I mean, he's 160. I'm not till 167. I feel like it's a reach here, but yeah, I got to go Pickett here. I feel like.
Yeah, I think by ADP, you probably do.
I just feel like I won't get him. I need another quarterback.
Yeah. Your next pick is 167, which is like what? I think it was like 8 picks past ADP.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Seems dangerous to wait for a second QB whenever that's how the team stacks up.
Yeah, and like it's possible it would have fallen to you because no one else has Pitt, but also like this draft is pretty crazy. People are taking a lot of QBs. We're seeing some uncorrelated aspects. I don't think you're losing too much value on who you maybe would have otherwise chosen. Running backs are a bit ugly right now. I've got Indy. I've got New York Jets. That's Las Vegas. That's Cleveland. Nothing directly there. Gallup is definitely just best player available in my mind. I don't need that position, but it's kind of clearly best player available. Yeah, let's grab Michael Gallup. Strengthening that wide receiver core at 6 deep now. Let's see. Maybe we'll make the screen a little smaller. We can maybe get a little more draft picks going in there. Yep. Scott saying should have gone Warren for that bring back with the Seattle instead of Damian Harris. Yeah, I mean, Damian Harris is a falling ADP value. I definitely get choosing him there. Warren makes more sense with what you were building with the Seattle aspects. But it's hard to turn down like that ADP value. I know Damian Harris did have a little injury in practice. I think he'll be fine. But it's a little concern with why his ADP value is falling, but decent value to scoop up. Hey, Coop, you thinking 2 tight ends, or you think you're going to go for another tight end? What are you thinking with a 6th round and a 10th round tight end?
well, considering my 6th round tight end was just an absolute buffoon of a pick, I think I'll wait till 19 or 20 and probably get a 3rd, but I'm not 100% sure.
I missed this. Sam Howell made sure that he got his 2nd QB, Baker Mayfield, in the 12th.
It's that kind of draft, man.
Hey, he got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. He wanted to make sure that no one else was going to steal Baker Mayfield.
Well, he certainly made
sure. Does he also grab the potential other starting QB for Tampa? I don't know. We'll see. But Kyle Trask will be available. You think it's distracting for you, Scott. Imagine being the one that's actually talking through and trying to make sure that Coop doesn't redraft another tight end 6 rounds early and figuring out how to.
Justin's over here drafting 1.75 teams, his sole team, and then 0.75% of the team that I have over here. So it's pretty fun over this spot. I mean, Scott, this is also I think this is my fifth best ball draft of the NFL season, and I think 3 of them have been on stream. So those are just straight up losers. If you want to tune in to this show, I mean, it's just the 11 guys out of the 12 in every draft that I'm in actually drafting. So there you go. There's some alpha for you.
All right, there is. Let's see, a lot of guys that I like in this area. Chig is the best value. Actually, I have this little Tennessee thing going. Let's grab Chig, and gives me another out to maybe a Tannehill as my QB3 stat, because earlier on we've got Hopkins. Now we've got Chig to go with Kittle. I can grab another late tight end and feel pretty good about that. I'm still in a little running back issue, but I can go. This is 2 drafts in a row, literally in the one with Levitan. We drafted Christian McCaffrey and then just kind of waited a while on running backs. Feels a bit similar. Ooh, ADP is just not a thing for Mr. Mish 85. Jalen Hyatt going in the 14th round. Hide your kids, hide your wives. Mr. Mischief is sniping whoever he wants. Definitely getting unique. Talk to us, Coop. 10 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know over here. I feel like I'm gonna go this Keandre Miller. Oh no! Oh,
he goes Brock Purdy. He grabs his 3rd QB to go with Josh Allen and Kenny Pickett.
Well, that was a misclick for sure. I was going with Keandre Miller, and then drafting really is like on the button. There's like that 0 clicks and you're done instantly.
Underdog is actually generous in that it gives you an extra kind of 2, maybe 3 seconds, probably 2 seconds. DraftKings is very much clock is out, and as it hits 0, it is done. Trolling is not the right word, unless when you're using the word trolling, you're using it like when you go fishing and you just like kind of troll for fish, and then Coop is like on that trolling line, and he's the fish in this draft. Then maybe he's getting troll. I'm trying to figure out how it works, but
too good, man. Too good. These things are too fun, honestly. I get the $10 of entertainment value just literally being on stream. So appreciate you all for being here. All right, now we're gonna make this pick.
Kendra Miller goes.
That's who I wanted to pick previously. So all right, Brock Purdy, we got you, buddy.
We were concerned that Kendra Miller may kind of be a waste of a pick when Kareem Hunt was signing with New Orleans. Turns out Kareem Hunt's not signing with New Orleans, so maybe Kendra Miller was actually saved there. I think Kareem Hunt was just going to still be kind of a replacement to Benjamin and not actually that notable, other than maybe the first 3 games during the suspension. But Kendra Miller seems like a decent pick. Kenneth Gainwell's in my queue. Best running back available for me. I like a decent amount of these wide receivers. Really like Jaden Reed. But my team is just stacked at wide receiver. I could use some more running backs. So Kenneth Gainwell it is. Oof. Looking at Luke Musgrave going in the 14th as well. Can't believe I got Chig, a pick after Luke Musgrave. Luke Musgrave has been a last round pick for most of the summer. I'm expecting him to increase because it looks like he's running with the ones, but like maybe he should increase to the 18th, to the 17th round, maybe. I don't know. 14th a little early. Maybe it's just a really good value on Chig.
Well, so I know you had Gainwell interested in just straight up football takes. I mean, Philly has like seemingly 3 running backs at this point in time.
4.
Yeah, what's gonna happen with the running game on top of Hurts, who clearly likes to run, is great at running, will certainly run. So what's your take there?
Yeah, so we've got DeAndre Swift traded, obviously, from Detroit. We've got Rashad Penny signed as free agent. Not much money, though, but probably the best pure runner. We've got Kenneth Gainwell, the veteran. I say veteran. I think it's his third year, but he's been in the team. And then we have Boston Scott, who they just love specifically against the Giants. My take is that I think there's a lot of ambiguity. I think a lot of things still can happen. I don't believe any one running back is ever going to be the primary workhorse in any kind of back. I think there's a decent chance that Rashad Penny is probably the early down back. DeAndre Swift is going to have a low snap count, but maybe have some unique plays, be explosive. And I think they currently trust Kenneth Gainwell the most. I wouldn't be shocked if we see Kenneth Gainwell actually having the most red zone touches out there. His upside is, I think, a bit limited, but I think he's a pretty decent value for where he is. Got a question in chat on Jerome Ford. Jerome Ford does have a bit of a hamstring issue right now. I don't think it's a risk that's going to carry into the season. I expect that he'll be healthy by week 1. I think the bigger issue is he's going to miss a lot of very important practice time, training camp aspects, and preseason. And so for someone who doesn't have many career touches, who we're thinking was going to get the number 2 job, is that kind of, is that a risk to him? Are they going to bring in a veteran? I'm not sure, but Jayden Reed falling back to me is very nice. I think this is one I just click Jayden Reed and just go. So I'm a little I don't know with Jerome Ford. I'm a little scared off. I do think he could still be perfectly fine and still be that number 2 pass catcher in that backfield. But I don't love what's happened with him over the past couple weeks and missing. ATX, will you still draft him at the end? I guess I could have taken him. So a week ago, I was drafting him probably right above Kenneth Gainwell. Now, I don't know. Maybe if I'm getting a little value on him, I'm definitely not taking him at ADP. Mr. Mish ends up grabbing him here at that 16.9. Coop goes Richie James Jr., hoping that Richie James makes the team. I believe that he will. He's pretty much their best punt returner. So I think he'll probably earn a role that way and then get out on the field as a wide receiver. Early preseason, they were talking Richie James up a ton, but then it seems like that happens in Kansas City every year. Justin Ross being the latest one talked up. Hey, being tied to Patrick Mahomes can't be the worst.
Yeah, I'm just making clicks at the top of the queue at this point, my friend.
Hey, you're focusing on the positions of needs. I get it.
Yeah.
Wow. LG, this is called American football. This is American professional football. These are guys who play. We draft them. We count their points. It's kind of like what you're used to, but it's grass instead of hockey. And they have a lot more room and they can throw it. It's pretty similar, though, to what you're used to. 7 minutes away, though, from TJ and LG going live on the other OT. I guess they're just going to be on the OTM channel as well. I guess YouTube can have multiple shows going on the same OTM channel. But we'll head over there shortly after this draft as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Coop then goes with Tyjae Spears. I like that. 2572. Tannehill. I was playing for that as a possibility, but of course, Sam Howell and Baker Mayfield early on. You got to go Tannehill as well. Chuba doesn't seem like the worst. Wide receiver's a bit of a drop off. I'm going to grab my third tight end later. Let's grab Chuba. This gives me 6 running backs. I'm done at running back. I'm going to be going 1 more QB, 1 more tight end, and 1 more wide receiver. So I've got 1 of each, not counting running back, to end this draft. Cade Otton goes in the 16th.
I'm surprised you didn't say something as soon as Cade Otton got taken.
Yeah, sorry. I was too busy probably trying to
It's your guy. I feel like it's your late round guy.
Make fun of Canada or something, but that's what I get. That is what I get. I'm sorry.
LG, hit me in the chat if you thought that that thumbnail looked like a little face-off. I was going with a little pun off of your face-off tweets, off your '90s movies. Good luck getting TJ to quote any movie on stream today that isn't Rounders. If you're going for quotable movies, stick with Rounders. Stick right in his wheelhouse. Just so you know.
Speaking of face-off, it may not have been actual face-off, but TJ dropped a childhood picture of him and Neil when they were, I believe, around 6 years old, maybe something like 5 and 6 or 4.
He needs to tweet this picture. We did
a little investigative CSI work. Enhance, and seeing them playing some computer game of hockey with Neil coding and playing with a keyboard and TJ using 2 hands on a mouse or something.
So good.
That was funny. Okay. We are getting down to the weeds. 3 picks left. I need 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 quarterback. Let's take a look at quarterbacks and see what we're working with. Oh, shit. We're going 2 QBs, boys. Wow. That got ugly quickly.
I mean, there's red everywhere on this draft board, my friend. Red everywhere. By the way, I don't know how you just do these on mobile without seeing this draft board. If I didn't see your draft board alongside this draft, I would be so clueless.
It is fair. The draft board really does help, and you don't have it on mobile. Wow. Holy crap, wow. Okay, we're just going to go grab our 3rd tight end. Kittle, Chig, Juwan Johnson, sure. I cannot believe. I was thinking I wanted Tannehill here. This one really hurt. But then even Desmond Ridder, Mac Jones, Jimmy going in the 15th, Brock Purdy in the 14th. Who takes Brock Purdy in the 14th? I'm kidding.
I mean, just too fantastic, my friend. Wait till we get to this next couple picks. They're gonna be fun.
Herbert, Cousins, Goff going. Does anyone have 4 QBs? It's really just a lot of the elite QBs ended up going 3. Lamar has 3. Josh Allen has 3. Sam Howell has 3. Jalen
Shakir
Hurts
really
has
just
3.
gets sniped right in front of me? Come on. All right. Well, we were going to go crazy off the board, but oh, my.
Trey Lance.
No. Queued up. My guy says he's a dog.
Darnell Washington. He's a big boy. At least you got that. You are on auto draft right now.
I know. Oh, shoot. How do I get off that? Oh, well.
Well, you got about a couple minutes to figure that out.
Too late.
John Ross going. Hey, between Richie James and John Ross, one of those 2 will probably make the team.
Wait, Justin Ross, right?
Yeah, it is Justin Ross. John Ross was the Bengal.
Yeah, Bengals. Yes, okay.
Justin Ross.
I thought I was getting them confused. I was like,
Robert Woods, Josh Downs. I do have Indy. What do I have? I have Indy and the Jets.
You say Benny and the Jets?
I know. I said Indy and the Jets. Yeah. As I said it, I heard it. Indy and the Jets.
Exactly right.
Okay. I grabbed Robert Woods. 2.683. I guess I'm going to have to be okay with Anthony Richardson and Aaron Rodgers being my only QBs. I mean, it's not the worst. But
watching you pick Robert Woods, I had Robert Woods staring at him, and I was like, "Oh, Justin's just going to say he's super old and bad." # bad and old.
I mean, when you're comparing Robert Woods and Justin Ross, one of those signing his contract is a starting number 1 wide receiver on their team, and the other one is probably not going to be on the team. But he was really good in college at Clemson. So you gotta, that counts for something as a freshman.
Too good, man. Literally too good. At least I got my entertainment value out of the last 4 or 5 picks of this draft.
That's all you get when you're I mean, if you like taking a look at these picks at the very end, Slayton's a good one. Ross, I don't know, not for me. Some people like it, whatever. Fournette, I don't mind. Fancy, really good one. Robert Woods is probably the best ever. Like, you really can't do anything better than that. Chase Edmonds might be like the 5th running back on the team. Michael Carter is probably not even the number 2. It looks like it's Zonovan Knight, Deion Jackson, or Zach Moss, or Evan Hall, or just Jonathan Taylor. Like, there's just so much bad in the 19th and 20th, and it's not like people are drafting poorly. It's just there aren't that many good players.
Who are these guys?
Yeah. Matt Collins might be the number 2 wide receiver in Atlanta. That also might get you 2 targets a game. I'm going to draft a guy that Coop has literally never heard of. Nope. Never mind. I got to go.
That's not hard to do, my friend. That is not hard
to do. Well, then
right
maybe you go. Michael Wilson, probably a great value. I would go Michael Wilson if I didn't have Aaron Rodgers, but because I have Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to take Corey Davis. Oh, but I could go Josh Downs or Corey Davis. Josh Downs, Corey Davis. We're going to go Josh Downs. Maybe. We went Josh Downs. Okay. I think Josh Downs was the play. I had Pittman. I had Garrett Wilson. It was a tough choice between the 2, but yeah. All right, Coop, one more final pick for you. I put Michael Wilson available. I don't know.
I'm literally just trying to find guys at this point.
Can't stand you. Might take him, though. We'll see. Russell Gage going there. One final pick to end it. Let's see. Oh, Can't Stand You also has Rondale and Kyler Moore. He goes Keontae Ingram. I don't hate it. I would have liked Michael Wilson there with his Kyler and Rondale, but that is all. Coop ends up with the Corey Davis. Not bad there. Coop, well done. I think overall that was pretty decent.
I said I was going to get my pit stack. I got my pit stack. The other guys really just don't matter, to be honest with you.
That's fair. Josh Allen, completely irrelevant. Dalton Kincaid, doesn't matter. Don't care. You drafted in the 6th round. Chat, thank you for joining us. This is fun. I'm going to continue to be doing some DraftKings Best Ball drafts over the next few weeks. Right now, we're going to head on over to the other channel on the OTM YouTube channel and go watch a little TJ and LG, chat some Owners Club, chat some media passes, and then I'll be joining on stream in maybe 45 minutes, hour, I don't know, something like that, and we'll rip some packs.
Yeah, this was awesome doing this. Tune in for more of these fantastic comedy specials when it comes to how I'm drafting, and you'll always get a nugget or 2 from Justin. I don't care if you've watched 100 of Justin's streams, you'll always get a nugget or 2. All right, that'll do it for today. Any final words, Justin? Let's send him over to see LG, TJ, chat it up, and then for Justin to join. Going to be fun. We'll rip some TOC packs. Get on over there, and talk to you all soon. See ya.